Alright, what's going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? The ACMJ's Gamer here. We're back at it again with some more Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There was a 30-minute demo that got leaked yesterday, and it was spread all over social media like wildfire. People are giving their opinions and their thoughts on it. After the video was taken down, somebody made three separate links into three different parts that were 10 minutes each. I was able to view each of the parts before everything was taken down. Originally, I was going to give a link to it, but it is no longer up. It is no longer available, but a lot of people are talking about it. And I was able to grab two different screenshots from the game. I'm hoping Ubisoft doesn't strike this as copyright either, because these are just screenshots. These aren't actually gameplay. And I'll give you my thoughts, my impressions, if you will. First off, I personally did not like what I saw. There were a lot of glitches. There were a lot of bugs that you could see. The overall feel of it was Odyssey reskinned, or my personal term, Odyssey 2.0. It looked very cartoony. The voice work didn't seem all that great in terms of how actors were delivering lines, if that makes sense. Um, but let's go through this screenshot. As you can see, up in the upper left is the quest that they were on, and then on the bottom left here are the different abilities that you have. And this was my greatest fear, was that this was going to turn out like Odyssey combat, and it seems as if that's what's going on. You have LT, and then you have these powers, and then you have RT, and then you have these powers. Now, my theory, because we don't actually get to see any of the controls that I'm aware of throughout the whole 30 minutes, um, my theory is that this is a mix of Odyssey and Origins. This is as if, or Origins came first. So this is a mix of Origins and Odyssey, and if they had a baby, that's what this game is. So I'm assuming by the gameplay and by the layout that the R1 and L1 buttons are essentially your right and your left arms. And with those arms, you can equip different shields, and you can dual wield weapons, and you can even do like a shield and a main arm sword or axe or what have you. In the demo, they ran axes, both of them. I'm assuming that R1 is your main attack, just like in Origins, and I'm assuming uh, L1 is your secondary attack, and I'm assuming if you have a shield, it's what you would use to block. Now, with that being said, if that's what the game is, you use R1 as your main weapon, your right hand, L1 as your secondary weapon. Um, and then if you hold down, I'm assuming if you hold down RT, or for our case R2, because that was on Xbox, I'm assuming if you hold down RT or R2, then you select a response on triangle, circle, square, or X that would select the different abilities. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the different abilities are. I know what two of them are. The top one is an axe throwing ability where you throw like 3 or 4 axes at different enemies. And then the bottom ability was used quite a bit, and it was basically just the Spartan kick. Um, on the left there, LT or L2, I'm not exactly sure what those abilities are, but they do relate to um, the bow and arrow. Now, we don't exactly know how the bow works. I'm speculating that if you hold down L2 or LT, that then you can use R2 or R1 to fire just regular shots. But if you're holding down LT and then you press up, down, left, or right on the D-pad, then that would select a different ability for you to use. Now, like I said, I feel as if this is a combination of Origins and Odyssey. However, it's reminding a lot of people of Odyssey. From The gameplay that I saw over 30 minutes, I personally did not enjoy what I saw. I did not like how the combat looked, even though, you can see in the bottom right there that it's a work in progress. The core part of the gameplay, the fighting, or a core part of the gameplay, the fighting combat, I personally didn't like the look of. It looked a lot like Odyssey, where it was just constantly spamming different attacks. I I don't know how it feels because I haven't played it, but personally, based off of this alone, I would not buy the game. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is a build that is from January or February, and if that's the case, I would assume this is the 30-minute demo that we would have seen at the Sony event that was originally rumored to have Assassin's Creed with it, with the release of the PlayStation 5 announcement. However, that didn't happen, and so this is thought to be leaked the 30 minutes for the UB Forward event that's actually happening this upcoming Sunday, but we have no idea. If this is in fact an earlier build and this is not what they intend for us to see, I will be surprised. If they end up coming out with another 30-minute segment of another type of mission and it looks good and it looks better, I may lean towards buying it at a half off instead of just flat out not wanting to play it at all. So, like I said, it just depends. This is a work in progress. A lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm going to have to wait. I think I'm the same. A lot of people are hopeful. I'm hopeful that they'll do a good job, but from what I've seen so far, even though it's a work in progress, I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like what I'm hearing in the voice acting. Um, it just looks and feels like Odyssey reskinned or Odyssey 2.0. Even with personally for me, even with the added mechanic, which I think is R1 and L1 as your main weapon and your secondary weapon, just like in Origins, which I really liked. I still don't like the whole idea of having the abilities as a core part of the gameplay. I don't care for it whatsoever, so I think this for me will be a pass. However, with that being said, I will be looking forward to seeing if this is what they bring out for UB Forward, or if they do a different build, or if it's the same type of thing that they did except it's more polished. That would be interesting. Um, I will be streaming UB Forward. I'm not sure what. I don't think they've announced a time for it yet, but it is this Sunday, this upcoming Sunday. Um, and before we move on, before we end the video, I wanted to share this second screenshot. As you can see, you have abilities, skills, inventory, world quests, much similar to Odyssey's UI. I'm not sure which is which. I think this is your head, chest, weapon, or no, head, chest, belt, weapon, boots, arms, head maybe. I don't know what this different is, but quiver, rations. They did show. I didn't get a screen grab of it, but they did show the skill tree and how massive it is. They did show a little bit of the map. I'm trying to think what else. They did show that just like in Origins, you can upgrade your different weapons by materials that you have. You can see in the bottom here, Power 79, you have the Raven. I'm not sure what that is, and I don't remember what that is. But basically, it's kind of just like in Odyssey, where, well, no, Odyssey and Origins had this, where you had the Hunter, the Eagle, and the Warrior. In this one, it's the same type of thing with Odyssey, where it was like stealth and then combat, and then I don't know what the other one was. But each different little animal here represents a different play style, if you will, which goes into the three different core skills or abilities trees that you can upgrade, if you will. So, like I said, as far as I know, this is just an Odyssey reskin, Odyssey 2.0. I personally don't care for the look. I don't like what I saw. We will see this upcoming week during UB Forward. I will be streaming that. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope that this actually turns out to be a really good game. Yeah. The next video that should come out, I think, is the finale of The Last of Us. I believe 17 and 18. I think those parts should be going up this week. And then, of course, we'll have UB Forward, which will be the next video, or the next stream to come out after that. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.